Have you noticed that something much bigger is happening in your life right now? Something you can't explain with simple words? If you are a Cancer, stop everything you're doing right now because the universe is about to reveal 11 powerful spiritual truths that will completely transform your future. I'm not talking about small or superficial changes. I'm talking about a total revolution in how you see your life, your relationships, your purpose, and especially the path that is about to open before your eyes. These spiritual revelations are direct messages that the cosmos has prepared especially for you. And each one carries such an intense vibrational frequency that it will stir the deepest structures of your soul. What you will discover here is not just information. It is sacred knowledge that has the power to unlock doors that have been locked for years in your life. And here is the most important detail you need to understand right now. If you don't pay attention to these revelations, if you let this moment pass without absorbing these truths, you may miss the most important window of opportunity that the universe is offering you in this cycle. Because there are specific moments in life when energies align perfectly, when the heavens open and pour blessings upon those who are prepared to receive them. And that moment has arrived for you, born under the sign of Cancer. Stay with me until the end of this video because the 11th revelation, the last one I will share, is so powerful, so transformative, that it alone has the power to completely change the direction of your destiny. But you need to know the first 10 to be prepared to receive this final truth. So take a deep breath, open your heart and mind, because in the following words you will discover spiritual secrets that enlightened Cancerians took years to understand. And all of this is being delivered to you now, in this sacred moment of connection between your soul and the higher forces of the universe. Revelation 1. Your sensitivity is your greatest spiritual power. Throughout your life, you've probably heard that being overly sensitive is a weakness. People around you may have said that you feel too much, that you care too much, that you get hurt too easily. And maybe you even believed it. Perhaps you tried to build walls around your heart, tried to protect yourself by creating emotional armor so as not to suffer so much. But let me tell you a profound spiritual truth that will completely change the way you see this striking characteristic of those born under the sign of Cancer. Your sensitivity has never been and never will be a weakness. It is, in fact, your most important spiritual superpower. It is through this heightened sensitivity that you can pick up on energies that other people don't even realize exist. You enter a room and immediately feel whether the energy is good or bad. You talk to someone and without the person saying a single word about what they are feeling, you already know if they are okay or if they are hiding pain. This ability to feel deeply didn't come about by chance. The universe gifted you with this sensitivity because you have an important spiritual mission in this life. You came to be a healer of souls. You were born to be the kind of person who can see the hidden pain in others and offer genuine comfort. But here's the secret that many Cancerians haven't yet discovered. For this sensitivity to truly transform into power, you need to learn to use it consciously and not let it consume you. The difference between a Cancerian who suffers from their sensitivity and a Cancerian who uses their sensitivity as a spiritual gift lies in awareness. When you understand that feeling deeply is a gift and not a curse, everything changes. You stop blaming yourself for feeling so much. You stop trying to harden yourself. And you begin to channel this sensitive energy productively. You transform this capacity to feel into powerful intuition. You use this heightened perception to make wiser decisions in your life. You learn to identify people and situations that drain your energy and distance yourself from them with love and firmness. And above all, you recognize that your sensitivity is actually an extremely refined spiritual antenna that connects you directly to the subtlest dimensions of existence. While other people live only on the surface of life, you have access to the deepest layers of reality. You feel the pain of the world, but you also feel the invisible beauty that exists in every small moment. And that's no small thing. It's a rare gift that needs to be honored and valued. So from today onward, every time you feel that wave of intense emotion wash over you, don't try to suppress it. Don't feel ashamed. Instead, take a deep breath and thank the universe for giving you this incredible ability to experience life so richly and deeply. And always remember, the greatest healers, artists, spiritual masters, and transformers of humanity were extremely sensitive people. People who felt so deeply that they were able to touch the hearts of millions of other souls. Your sensitivity is not a flaw that needs to be corrected. It is the essence of your spiritual nature that needs to be celebrated and developed more and more. Revelation 2. You are being prepared for a new cycle of abundance. There's something happening behind the scenes in your life that you can't fully see yet, but you can feel it. It's as if the universe is moving invisible pieces, preparing a new board for you to play on. And this new cycle that's approaching brings with it an energy of abundance so powerful that it will surprise even you. But before talking about this abundance that's coming, I need you to understand something very important about the moment you're living in now. If things have been difficult, if you face financial, emotional, or professional challenges, know that none of this is punishment. It's preparation. The universe works in a very interesting way. Before giving you something great, something transformative, it needs to be sure you're ready to receive it. And how does it do that? Through tests, through difficulties that strengthen your character, through losses that teach you the value of what really matters. You are going through a period of spiritual purification. Everything that no longer serves your highest good is being removed from your life. Relationships that drained your energy are dissolving. Situations that kept you trapped in old patterns are crumbling. And although this may hurt right now, it's absolutely necessary so that you can enter this new cycle of abundance with empty hands and an open heart. Because true abundance isn't just about money. Of course, financial prosperity is part of it, and it's coming to you in ways you can't even imagine yet. But abundance is much bigger than that. It's about having healthy and true relationships. It's about having health in your body and peace of mind. It's about waking up every day with purpose and gratitude. It's about feeling that you are in the right place, doing the right things, surrounded by the right people. And all of this is being prepared for you now. The signs are already appearing. Have you noticed small synchronicities? Repeated numbers, unexpected encounters, opportunities arising out of nowhere? This is not coincidence. These are messages from the universe showing you that it is orchestrating something wonderful behind the scenes. Your only task at this moment is to trust. Trust even when you can't see the whole path. Trust even when external circumstances don't yet reflect this abundance that is coming. Because there is a period between planting and harvesting where everything seems the same, but beneath the earth seeds are germinating. And you are exactly in that period right now. The seeds you planted with your prayers, your intentions, your hard work, and your faith are germinating beneath the surface of your life. Soon, very soon, you will begin to see the first sprouts. And then the harvest will begin. Prepare to receive. Clear space in your life. Get rid of everything that is taking up space but not serving you. Because the new cannot enter if the old is still occupying all the space. And above all, raise your vibration. Give thanks every day for the blessings you already have. Celebrate small victories. Speak words of prosperity over your life. Visualize yourself already living this abundance. Because the more you align yourself energetically with what you desire, the faster it manifests in your physical reality. Revelation 3. Your ancestors are guiding you. There is a powerful spiritual force working in your favor right now, and you need to know about it. Your ancestors, those who came before you, who walked this earth and now inhabit the spiritual dimensions, are actively guiding your steps. For those born under the sign of Cancer, the connection to family lineage and roots is especially strong. You carry within you not only physical genes from your ancestors, but also spiritual memories, inherited gifts, and ancestral wisdom passed down from generation to generation. And at this moment in your life, this connection is more active than ever. Your ancestors may be communicating with you in various ways. Through vivid dreams where people who have passed away appear bringing important messages. Through sudden intuitions that arise out of nowhere and guide you to make certain decisions. Through physical signs in the material world, such as finding objects that belong to a family member, or hearing music that reminds you of loved ones who have passed away. Often we ignore these signs because we live in a society that has taught us to undervalue the spiritual world. But the truth is that the veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is much thinner than we imagine. And for you, Cancer, this veil is even more transparent because your intuitive and emotional nature gives you natural access to these dimensions. So pay attention. When you feel that inexplicable presence, that shiver that comes out of nowhere, that feeling that someone is nearby even when you are alone, don't ignore it. It could be a beloved ancestor sending you love and protection. When you are facing a difficult decision and suddenly a memory of your grandmother or grandfather comes to mind, stop and reflect. What advice would that person give you? What wisdom would they share with you at this moment? Because often the answer you seek is already within you, planted there by the generations that came before. And here is something even deeper for you to understand. You are not only receiving help from your ancestors, you are also healing ancestral wounds through your journey. There are patterns that repeat themselves in families, traumas that are passed down from generation to generation, fears, limiting beliefs, emotional pains that are inherited just like eye color. And you, consciously or not, are breaking these patterns. Every time you choose love instead of fear, every time you forgive instead of holding grudges, every time you allow yourself to be happy, even when previous generations couldn't, you are healing not only yourself but your entire lineage. You are freeing your ancestors from the chains they carried and passing on a lighter, brighter legacy to future generations. This is sacred and powerful spiritual work. And your ancestors know this. They chose you. They knew you would be strong enough, brave enough, conscious enough to do this transformative work. That's why they protect you so much. That's why they guide you with so much love. So honor this connection. You can create a small altar with photos of family members who have passed away. You can light a candle and talk to them. Share your joys and your fears. You can ask for guidance before sleeping and pay attention to your dreams. You are not alone on this journey. You have an entire spiritual team working behind the scenes in your life, opening doors, warding off dangers, bringing opportunities. Acknowledge this truth and feel the strength that comes from it. If you're enjoying these spiritual revelations being shared here, if these words are touching your heart in any way, I want to ask you a very special favor. Subscribe to the channel right now and don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new content. Leave a comment below telling me which city you're watching from, because I love knowing where the people who are part of this beautiful spiritual family we're building together are located. And if these messages are truly making a difference in your life, if you feel this channel deserves your support, consider becoming a subscriber. Your support helps keep this work alive and allows me to continue bringing content that uplifts, heals, and transforms. Okay, now let's continue because the next revelations are even more powerful. Revelation 4. The love you deserve is coming. How many times have you wondered if you'll ever find that true love? That love that doesn't hurt, that doesn't disappoint, that doesn't make you question your worth? If you're a Cancer, I know you dream of that. Because you were made to love. You were made to build a cozy home, to care for someone with dedication, to create deep and lasting bonds. But perhaps until now you've encountered people who didn't know how to value that giant heart you have. People who took advantage of your generosity. People who confused your care with weakness. People who weren't prepared to receive the intensity of the love you're capable of giving. And that hurt. I know it hurt a lot. Every romantic disappointment for a Cancerian is like a little death, because you give yourself body and soul. You don't know how to love halfway. When you love with everything. And when that love isn't reciprocated or is betrayed, the impact is devastating. But listen to what I'm about to tell you with all the spiritual certainty that exists within me. All of this was preparation. All these painful experiences were necessary lessons. You needed to learn to value yourself. You needed to learn to set boundaries. You needed to learn that loving isn't about self-annihilation. And most importantly, you needed to learn the difference between true love and attachment disguised as love. Because there is a big difference. Attachment is when you need the other person to feel complete. True love is when you choose the other person because they add beauty to the life you've already built for yourself. Attachment is fear of being alone. True love is the courage to be vulnerable with someone who deserves your vulnerability. Attachment creates dependence. True love creates freedom. And now that you've learned these lessons, now that you're at this new level of awareness and self-knowledge, the universe can send you the kind of love you've always deserved. That love is on its way. And I'm not talking about something magical that will fall from the sky without you doing anything. I'm talking about a loving energy that is approaching your life because you have finally raised your vibrational frequency to the point of attracting someone who is on the same level. You won't find this person in the places you used to look. You won't attract this person by being who you were before. Because you've changed. You've evolved. You've transformed through pain and emerged stronger, wiser, more aware of your worth. And this new version of you vibrates at a different frequency that attracts different people. So get ready. This love may arrive unexpectedly. It could be someone you already know but have never seen in a different light. It could be someone completely new who enters your life through a coincidence that isn't really a coincidence. It could be someone you meet when you're completely focused on yourself, your projects, your evolution, and suddenly this person appears. And you will feel it. You will feel that it's different. There won't be the drama of previous relationships. There won't be that emotional roller coaster. It will be peaceful. It will be light. It will be reciprocal. And it will be profound at the same time. Because mature love is like that. It's peace and intensity at the same time. It's security and passion walking together. So keep your heart open. But not desperately open. Open confidently, knowing that the right love will find you at the right time. And while that moment hasn't arrived, continue loving yourself. Keep taking care of yourself. Keep becoming the best version of yourself. Because the more you love yourself, the more you attract people capable of truly loving you. Revelation 5. Your intuition is stronger than ever. Have you noticed that inner voice speaking louder lately? That inexplicable feeling that tells you to go one way or avoid another without you knowing exactly why. That's your intuition. And it's going through a period of enormous expansion right now. For those born under the sign of Cancer, intuition has always been a natural gift. You've always had that sharp sixth sense. But what's happening now is different. The universe is amplifying this capacity, transforming you into a true channel of spiritual wisdom. And there's a reason for that. In the coming times, you will need to make important decisions. Decisions that will shape the course of your life. And the answer won't always be obvious. Logic won't always be enough to guide you. You will need to trust what you feel, even when it doesn't make rational sense. Your intuition never deceives you. You may not understand at the time why it's pulling you in a certain direction. People around you may question your choices. But when you look back, you always realize it was right. How many times have you felt you shouldn't trust someone, but ignored that feeling because the person seemed nice, only to later discover your intuition was trying to protect you? How many times have you wanted to do something different, but were afraid of looking crazy, only to realize that was exactly the door you should have walked through? Intuition speaks softly. It doesn't shout. It whispers. And if your mind is full of noise, worries, and external voices telling you what you should do, you can't hear that whisper. That's why it's so important to cultivate moments of silence and stillness in your life. It is in silence that intuition manifests itself. It is in stillness that you can distinguish between the voice of anxiety, which speaks of fear, and the voice of intuition, which speaks of truth. And here's a powerful secret about how to further develop this intuition that is already naturally strong within you. Trust it in the little things. Start paying attention to the small intuitive impulses you have during the day and follow them. Did you feel like taking a different route home? Take it. Did you feel like calling someone out of the blue? Call them. Did you feel you shouldn't buy something even when it seemed like a good deal? Don't buy it. The more you honor your intuition in small decisions, the stronger it becomes to guide you in big decisions. It's like a muscle that needs to be exercised. Furthermore, learn to recognize the specific language of your intuition. For some people, it comes as a physical sensation in the body, a tightness in the chest, or a tingling. For others, it comes as sudden mental images. For still others, it comes as an inexplicable knowledge, a certainty that arises from nowhere. Pay attention to how your intuition speaks specifically to you and honor that unique language. And never ever let other people make you doubt what you feel. You can listen to advice, you can consider different perspectives, but at the end of the day, you are the one who knows your truth. You are the one who knows what is best for you. And this wisdom doesn't come from the mind. It comes from a much deeper place, from a direct connection with the universal source of all wisdom. So when you feel that inner pull, that whisper of the soul, take a deep breath and have the courage to follow it. Because your intuition is leading you exactly to where you need to be. Revelation 6. You need to let go of the past to embrace the future. This revelation may be hard to hear, but it's absolutely essential for your transformation. You're holding on to things that need to be released. Old hurts, resentments you harbor, sadness that you nurture by revisiting painful memories repeatedly. And while you carry this weight from the past, you have neither the space nor the energy to receive the new things the universe is trying to give you. Cancerians have an impressive emotional memory. You remember everything. Every word that hurt you. Every situation where you felt betrayed or undervalued. Every moment of pain is etched not only in your mind, but in your emotional body. And in a way, this ability to remember deeply is part of your sensitivity and emotional depth. But there's a point where this emotional memory stops serving you and starts to hold you back. When you keep dwelling on situations that have already happened and can no longer be changed, When you continue to hold grudges against people who may not even remember what they did or who have completely changed, when you refuse to forgive because you feel that forgiveness would be giving reason to the person who hurt you, you are actually imprisoning yourself. Because here is the truth that sets you free. Forgiving is not saying that what happened was right. Forgiving is not forgetting. Forgiving is not opening the door again to the person who hurt you. Forgiving is releasing the weight you are carrying. It is freeing your energy that is trapped in the past so that it can flow into the present and the future. It is choosing your peace instead of feeding the wound. Think about it. When you hold a grudge against someone who is suffering, it's not the other person. It's you. That person is probably living their life, while you continue to allow that past situation to steal the joy of the present. That's not justice. That's self-sabotage. And the universe is calling you now to do this deep work of emotional cleansing, to face every wound that hasn't fully healed, to allow the tears you've been holding back to finally fall, to write that letter you'll never send but need to write to let out everything that's been bottled up inside, to make peace with past versions of yourself who made decisions you regret. You don't have to do this alone. You can seek help from a professional, a spiritual guide, a trusted friend. But you need to do it, because there's an incredible version of you waiting on the other side of this release. A lighter, freer, happier version. A version that doesn't carry heavy backpacks of pain everywhere. A version that can open itself to new experiences without the constant fear of being hurt again. And this free version is who you truly are. The rest is just baggage you've accumulated along the way. So today, right now, make a decision. Choose to release. Choose to forgive. Not for the other person, but for yourself. Because you deserve to live lightly. You deserve to have inner space for joy, for love, for new dreams. And that space only opens up when you let go of what no longer serves you. Revelation 7. Your purpose is connected to caring for and nurturing others. There's a reason why you feel so much satisfaction when you help someone. There's a reason why you naturally become the shoulder to cry on, the comforting embrace, the person everyone seeks when they need comfort. This is no coincidence. It's purpose. You came into this world with a clear mission: to nurture, to care, to embrace, to heal through unconditional love. But for a long time, you may have felt that this wasn't enough. We live in a society that values external achievements, titles, money, status. And your gift of caring, of creating welcoming environments, of making people feel safe and loved, may have seemed small compared to these other things. But let me tell you something that will completely change your perspective. There is nothing more powerful in this world than the ability to heal wounded hearts. There is no more valuable contribution than making someone feel seen, heard, and loved. And you do this naturally. You do it effortlessly, because this is who you are at your core. Your purpose doesn't have to come in the form of a great career or a revolutionary venture, although it can come that way too. Your purpose can manifest in how you create your home, transforming it into a sanctuary of peace. It can manifest in how you raise your children or care for family members, offering unconditional love and unwavering support. It can manifest in the work you do, whatever it may be, when you bring that energy of care to your interactions. Every time you offer a genuine smile to someone having a difficult day, you are fulfilling your purpose. Every time you cook a meal with love and share it with loved ones, you are fulfilling your purpose. Every time you listen to someone vent without judgment, simply holding the space for them to express themselves, you are fulfilling your purpose. Because you are a natural healer. You heal through loving presence, through gentle touch, through words of encouragement, through creating environments where people can let their guard down and simply be who they are. And the world desperately needs that right now. The world is wounded. People are carrying trauma, anxieties, deep loneliness. And you, with your Cancerian nature of nurturing and caring, are an essential part of the collective healing that needs to happen. But here's the important balance you need to find. To continue caring for others, you need to care for yourself first. You can't give what you don't have. You can't nurture others if you're exhausted. So your mission also includes learning to set healthy boundaries, learning to say no when necessary, learning to recognize when you're giving too much and need time to recharge your own energy. Because an exhausted healer doesn't heal anyone. But a healer who stays energized, who cares for their own body and soul, who sets healthy boundaries, that healer becomes an inexhaustible source of love and transformation for everyone around them. So honor this gift of yours, value this nature of yours, and find ways to express this mission of nurturing and caring that also nourish you in return. Revelation 8. Your emotions are important messengers. Let's talk about something that perhaps no one has ever explained to you this way. Your emotions are not enemies that need to be controlled or suppressed. They are messengers that bring vital information about what is happening inside you and around you. Every emotion you feel, however uncomfortable, is trying to tell you something important. Deep sadness may be showing you that you need to process a loss, or that you are neglecting a fundamental emotional need. Anger may be alerting you that your boundaries have been violated, or that there is an injustice that needs to be corrected. Anxiety may be indicating that you are trying to control things that are beyond your control, or that you are disconnecting from the present moment. Joy is showing you that you are aligned with your truth and making choices that resonate with your soul. And so on. Every emotion has a message. But to hear these messages, you need to stop running away from emotions that are uncomfortable. You need to create space to feel what you are feeling without judgment, without rushing to make the emotion go away. And here is where Cancerians have a natural advantage. You already know how to feel deeply. What you need to learn is how to consciously navigate these emotions and not let them drag you down. Because there's a difference between feeling an emotion and completely identifying with it. When you say, "I am sad," you are merging with the sadness, becoming it. But when you say, "I am feeling sadness," you create a space of observation. You acknowledge that sadness is present, but you are not sadness. You are the consciousness that is perceiving the sadness. This subtle shift in how you relate to your emotions changes everything. You stop being controlled by emotional waves and start surfing them. You allow them to pass through you without defining or destroying you. And the more you practice this conscious observation of your emotions, the more patterns you discover. You begin to realize that certain situations or people always leave you feeling a certain way. And then you can make conscious choices about how to deal with these situations. You can decide to distance yourself from toxic relationships. You can decide to establish clearer boundaries. You can decide to seek professional help to work through traumas that continue to be triggered. Your emotions are a sophisticated internal navigation system. When you learn to decipher and honor them, they guide you toward wiser decisions and a more authentic life. So stop seeing your intense emotions as a problem. They are a gift. They give you access to layers of human experience that many people don't even touch. They make you deep, compassionate, real. Just learn to create a healthy relationship with them, where you are the conscious observer and not the prisoner of emotional storms. Revelation 9. You are being called to return to your spiritual roots. There's a spiritual calling echoing within your heart lately. You may not be able to name exactly what it is, but you feel it. It's like a longing for something you don't quite know what it is. A search for something deeper, truer, more meaningful. This spiritual restlessness is not by chance. It's the universe calling you back home, back to your spiritual roots, back to the sacred connection with the divine that exists within you and in everything around you. Perhaps you've drifted away from spirituality at some point in your life. Perhaps you've had negative experiences with organized religions that made you doubt everything. Perhaps you've become so consumed by the demands of material life that you've forgotten to nourish your soul. But now your soul is crying out for attention. It's asking to be fed, to be remembered, to be recognized. And when you ignore this call, when you continue living only on the surface of existence without connecting to the spiritual depths, something inside you withers. You may have external success, you may have material achievements, but you will continue to feel that inexplicable emptiness. Because that emptiness is spiritual, and it can only be filled with spiritual connection. Returning to your spiritual roots doesn't mean you need to follow a specific religion or adopt practices that don't resonate with you. It means finding your own way to connect with the sacred. It can be through silent meditation. It can be through contact with nature. It can be through art, music, dance. It can be through prayer, studying sacred texts, participating in spiritual communities. It can be through service to others, seeing the divine in every person you help. The path is personal and unique. The important thing is that you stop postponing it. Stop putting your spiritual life on the back burner. Because your spiritual life is not separate from your life. It is the foundation of everything. It is what gives you purpose, direction, inner peace, strength to face challenges. Start today. Create at least a few minutes of your day for sacred silence. To converse with the universe, with the divine force that you feel but can't always name. Share your doubts, your fears, your dreams. And above all, listen. Because the divine voice speaks in silence, in stillness, in the spaces between thoughts. And you, as a Cancerian with this natural sensitivity, have a special ability to perceive these subtle communications. You just need to create space for them. When you reconnect with your spiritual roots, everything in your life begins to make more sense. Difficulties cease to seem like random punishments and reveal themselves as necessary lessons. Blessings cease to seem like luck and reveal themselves as manifestations of divine love. And you stop feeling alone on this journey, realizing that you have always been and always will be guided, protected, and loved by higher powers. Revelation 10. Your vulnerability is your greatest strength. The world has tried to convince you that you need to be strong all the time, that vulnerability is weakness, that showing your emotions is being dramatic, that asking for help is admitting failure. And maybe you believed it. Maybe you tried to build a facade of unbreakable strength, hiding all your insecurities and fears. But here's a profound truth that needs to be said. True strength isn't about never falling. It's about having the courage to get up. True strength isn't about never feeling afraid. It's about acting despite fear. True strength isn't about hiding your vulnerability. It's about being brave enough to be authentic, even at the risk of being judged. When you have the courage to be vulnerable, to show your imperfections, to admit you don't have all the answers, something magical happens. You give permission for other people to do the same. You create real connections instead of superficial ones. You inspire others through your humanity, not despite it. Think about the people who have most impacted your life. They probably weren't the ones who seemed perfect and invincible. They were the ones who shared their struggles honestly. Those who let you see their wounds and still kept walking. Those who showed you that it's possible to be imperfect and still be worthy of love and respect. You have the power to be that person for others. Not hiding your battles but sharing them when appropriate. Not pretending you have everything under control, but admitting when you're struggling and asking for support. Not being ashamed of your tears, but letting them flow when they need to flow. Because your tears cleanse the soul. Your open heart heals not only you, but also those around you. Your courage to be real in a world full of masks is revolutionary. Of course, you need discernment. Vulnerability doesn't mean sharing your deepest issues with just anyone. It means consciously choosing who you will be vulnerable with. People who deserve access to your depth. People who will honor your trust. People who will support you and not use your vulnerabilities against you. But once you find those right people, allow yourself to be fully seen. Because it is only when we are truly seen that we can feel truly loved. And you deserve that kind of love. You deserve relationships where you don't have to wear a mask. Where you can be exactly who you are, with all your complexities, contradictions, and imperfections. So stop fighting against your sensitive and emotional nature. It's not a design flaw. It's the most beautiful and powerful characteristic you possess. It makes you truly human. And in this increasingly cold and disconnected world, your warm humanity is exactly what is needed. Revelation 11. You are about to enter your golden age. And we arrive at the final revelation, the most powerful of all. Everything you've been through so far, every difficulty, every loss, every moment you thought you wouldn't make it, all of that was preparation for what's coming now. You are at the gateway to your golden age. A period in your life where everything you've planted will finally flourish. Where everything you've dreamed of will begin to manifest. Where everything you deserve will finally come to you. But to fully enter this golden age, you need to leave behind the old version of yourself. That version that doubted its own worth. That version that accepted less than it deserved. That version that was afraid to shine. That version served its purpose, brought you here. But now it's time to evolve. It's time to incorporate everything you've learned through these 11 spiritual revelations and become the highest version of yourself. The version that knows sensitivity is power. The version that trusts in the abundance that is coming. The version that honors ancestral connection. The version that is open to true love. The version that follows intuition without fear. The version that has released the past. The version that embraces its purpose of caring and nurturing. The version that understands its emotions. The version that lives spiritually connected. The version that celebrates its vulnerability. This complete and integrated version of you is about to enter the golden age. And this golden age won't just be about external achievements, although they will come. It will be primarily about inner peace, about waking up every day with gratitude, about looking in the mirror and liking who you see, about having true and deep relationships, about doing work that has meaning, about feeling aligned with your purpose, about knowing deep in your soul that you are exactly where you need to be. The signs of this golden age are already appearing. You just need to have eyes to see. That unexpected opportunity, that synchronistic encounter, that door that opens when you weren't even knocking. All of this is confirmation that the universe is conspiring in your favor. So get ready. Cleanse your life of everything that no longer serves you. Raise your energy. Keep your vibration high through positive thoughts, gratitude, and actions aligned with your values. And above all, believe. Believe that you deserve all the good things that are coming your way. Because you deserve it. You always have. And now the time has finally come for you to receive them. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for dedicating this time to absorbing these spiritual revelations. If these words touched you in any way, if you felt they were spoken especially to your soul, I invite you to reflect on what you will do with this information from now on. Because knowledge without action transforms nothing. You need to take these truths and apply them to your life. You need to make different decisions. You need to act in alignment with this new awareness. So here's my challenge for you. Choose one of these 11 revelations, the one that resonated most with you, and in the next 7 days put it into practice in your life. If it was the revelation about releasing the past, write a letter of forgiveness. If it was the revelation about trusting your intuition, start following your inner impulses. If it was the revelation about vulnerability, share something true with someone you trust. It doesn't matter which one you choose. The important thing is that you act. Because it is in action that transformation happens. And leave a comment here about which revelation touched you the most and what you will do from now on. I love reading the comments and knowing how these messages are impacting everyone's lives. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe now and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos. And if you feel this work deserves your support, consider becoming a channel subscriber. Your contribution helps keep this space of healing and transformation alive and reaching more and more people who need these messages. May the blessings of the universe always be with you. May your journey be filled with light, love, and achievements. And may you enter your golden age with a heart full of gratitude and a soul radiant with purpose. A warm hug and see you in the next video.